Okay, welcome back everyone to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well. Today's video is going to be about the straight right hand. A very important punch. It's a punch that needs to be delivered with accuracy, a good amount of speed, very few mistakes. So it has to be technically good. It has to be, typically it's a straight punch. It has to get from A, meaning your chin, to B, your opponent's chin or body, as quickly as possible. It's the farthest punch away, so you don't have a jab to set it up with. We're just talking about a straight right here, so you have to, try and shoot it as quickly as possible so your opponent has less time to react, thus you have a better opportunity of landing it. So we're going to get into how to throw it. We're going to talk about the mistakes that are made, and I'm going to explain how you can practice it as well. And at the end of the video, I've got a real life session with a client of mine that I was teaching him how to throw a right hand. So I'll put that at the end. That's just for any beginners that want to see how I teach, in real life. So anyway, let's go.
Boxing.
Okay, so let's start exactly how to stand. I've done a video on the stance. I'm about to do a new one, which is coming out very soon. But if you haven't seen a video on the stance, I'll leave the link up here. So as always, hand on the chin, elbows on the rib cage. You want your feet roughly shoulder width apart, but relax your shoulders. That's very important. And then from here, basically, all you're gonna do is push this right hand straight and turn it, okay? Straight, turn it, okay? The knuckles are going to end up slightly bent down, okay? That's to create the torque. We'll get into that in another video. This is specifically for beginners today. So from the chin, keep your hands out, push the shoulders, turn your shoulders back, push the punch, and that's it. Now your back leg is going to turn a little bit as well. Imagine if you're playing golf, all right? When you're playing golf and you drive the swing through, when you turn the golf club, you twist the back leg. Okay, it's the same with baseball. When you're throwing a well, I don't play baseball, but bang, okay, you have to cycle. It's called the torque. It's all about the energy, okay? So from here, right hand from the chin, nice and relaxed, push it, turn it. You're gonna turn your shoulders into it. This left shoulder, or if you're a southpaw, obviously it's the exact opposite. But this left shoulder is at the front here, and it's gonna end up at the back, okay? Now you don't have to put the shoulder all the way back every single time. Just know when you drive that shoulder through, you're gonna get more power and more flow into the punch. But it's not totally necessary to put it all the way back, okay? For example, if I'm just shooting a quick shot there, like bam, then you don't have to put the shoulder all the way back. If you're gonna compromise power for a bit of speed, that's fine. The more relaxed you are, the better. This is going to help with the trajectory of the punch. It's going to help with the energy of the punch. It's going to help you make less mistakes, and it's going to help you land the punch that you're looking to land. Okay, let's talk about energy really quickly, okay? Because yeah, the right hand should be, as I said, a little quicker and sharper, just because, and straighter typically, although there are versions of it, but we're talking about a straight right hand here, okay? Getting from A to B. Now I've got an analogy, all right? Punching like a snake, and I talked about this in the AJ video where I was like, okay, if you're punching from here, if you watch snakes, they don't move, okay? They're just like this, and then they go boom. Just shoot straight to give their victim less time to react. It's the same with punching, especially a right hand, okay? Because you don't have anything to set it up with. You're not throwing a jab, you're just throwing a boom, straight right hand, okay? So you don't want to move your hand before. This is very important, okay? You don't want to be moving your hand around like this or cock it back. That's a mistake I'll get into in a second. You just want to stand here, have it ready to strike, boom, shoot it. So just a quick recap. Hands on your chin, elbows on the rib cage, relax your shoulders, bend your knees, punch, okay? Okay, 2 key mistakes that I see all the time. 3 actually. 1, I've already spoken about it, it's not moving your hand before you throw it, okay? That is enough for your opponent to step back and see that, okay? This is called loading up or cocking the right hand. It's not a good thing, and it's gonna be an easy tell for your opponent to see. So instead of moving it like this, just push it. Boom. No movement at all, again, like a snake. Another mistake is leaning in a little bit too much, okay, which is actually a natural thing really to do because you're punching forward like this, so it's only natural for you to want to lean into the punch. But what that's doing, it's messing up your balance, okay, because your back leg is gonna get dragged back, so you're losing power from the back leg. Your technique is a bit off too, so you're actually bringing yourself closer to your opponent for any uppercuts or any hooks or anything like that, okay, as opposed to staying right here. Boom. So keep your base, keep your shape, keep your balance. Don't lean in. A funny pointer that I was always told is, imagine there's a giant pole that sticks through you and it's pinning you to the ground. It's a weird analogy, but you can't basically push yourself past this line, okay? Whatever happens, you punch from here, okay? You chin here, you gotta protect yourself. Boom, all right? Bam. Not that, okay? You don't wanna lean in. Okay, so let's talk about practicing, all right? So how to practice the straight right hand. Obviously, look, repetition is the most important thing, okay? But to start off with, if you are a beginner, you can do this anywhere as well. You can do it in your house, you can do it in the park, you can do it in the gym. But what I would suggest you do to start off with is don't move your feet, okay? Keep your feet still, because you're going to add more issues when you start moving around. Once you can get comfortable shooting a right hand like this, okay, boom, keep your feet still, get a target on the bag, boom, aim for that target to get your accuracy up. Don't try to punch too fast and don't try to punch with too much power. This is probably the most important tip, because you're going to mess your technique up if you try to go too much power and too much speed to start off with. I know it's a punch that needs to be delivered with speed, but you can build that up once you get the technique, okay? Because there's no point once you start trying to fire it away, you're going to make mistakes like cocking it back. You're going to make mistakes like leaning forward. You're going to make mistakes by like your back leg kicking up a little bit. So iron out those mistakes, keep it simple, boom, get the energy right, put the shoulder through it, boom, okay? And then when you get that, then you can slowly build up the speed and power. But repetition is the key to anything, okay? And record yourself, okay? Watch yourself and then look back, and you'll be surprised how many mistakes you make. And you should be able to pick up the mistakes from what I've said in this video, because you might think you threw a really good punch, and then you look back and you realize you've actually dropped your hand before you've even thrown it. I do that still now. It's fascinating how many mistakes that you make when you don't even realize. So repetition, and when you're done and you're sick and tired of throwing straight right hands, go back and throw some more. And then when you're sick and tired of that, go back and throw some more. Alright, that's it from me. Apologies if there's any sound or noise issues. I've got a few things to deal with here. I've got all these insects. I've got this train coming across here. I've got some dude over here that sounds like he's in some bingo hall. So I've done my best out here. I've left a piece of footage at the end with myself and one of my clients. Shout out to you, James. That's me teaching him how to throw a right hand, and it might be interesting to watch for a beginner from a live perspective as to how I teach. So anyway, listen, get practicing, have yourself a great weekend. Boxing on the Edge. Here comes more music. See you later. Don't cock it back. Bam. Boom. Good, good. Relax your shoulders. Come here. Yeah, just relax this. Relax. Bing. Good. Extend it out. Boom. Good. Don't snap it out. Push it. Boom. Boom. Good. Relax, relax. Boom. Beautiful. Boom. Beautiful. Again. Good. Again. Don't lean into it. Boom. Don't move your shoulders. Just move your shoulders. Boom. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. And again. And again. Boom. Don't lean. Right there. Yeah. Boom. Bend your knees a little bit. Boom. Good. Don't chuck it. Push it. Boom. That's it. Boom. Beautiful. Boom. For a little flip. Every bang that I had, bro. Get your hand up. Bring that right hand next to the thing. Excellent, bro.